Show is the director of the Jackson District Library, Sarah Tackett. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Nice to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Got to start with a note of congratulations to Sarah because we've learned that at the end of this year, Sarah Tackett will be retiring from the library.
I will be looking forward to what the next steps are, and I've been with the Jackson District Library for 24 years.
Wow.
I started as the youth services coordinator, and then I worked as the assistant director for a while, and then the last 6 years I've had the privilege of being the director for the library.
Well, the community has been well served by your service to the library. We've seen a lot of growth and improvements, and the internet arrived during your tenure.
Well, it really grew up a lot,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So we wish you the best on retirement, but you got a few more months before
A
they
few
let
more
you go.
months. Yep.
Yeah.
The board's starting a process to go through a search to hire the new leadership, and they're hoping I don't know, they're meeting today actually to talk about the timeline.
Oh, wow.
So should be getting that process going, and I've been really privileged to be able to work with a great group of people here at the libraries, all of our branches, our 13 plus the bookmobile now, and just in all of our unique communities around the county. It's just really been, everything's a little different, and the libraries has a different role in every community, and I think that's where we've worked to be really flexible in what we do in services and grow them. And as needed by what we're hearing from the folks that use us. So.
Well, yes, I think we have a very vibrant library system. In a lot of communities, the library it's withered, and we've been very blessed to see our library flourish. And thanks to you and all your team for all that you've done. We'll have a chance to reminisce and reflect before you're out the door. We've got a few more months.
We got some time.
But let's talk about what's coming up. We've got a busy fall, and you've got one thing that's I know a lot of people are excited about, the new Spring Arbor branch.
Yeah, we are working on the renovation at the old senior center building in Spring Arbor, and are able to really trying to transform the space. People, I don't think will recognize it quite the same way. The picture that's up right now is like the main library. This picture is going to be the program room with a meeting room. And this is kind of the front entry and the staff areas to the left there. And this is again the main library. The children's room will be toward where that ladder is. And then the adult spaces on the other side. So just really working with Mercer Construction. They're doing a great job for us and getting the project around. And this is in the meeting room. They've installed the cabinets and started to do some painting here and there too. So it's nice to see the colors kind of popping into the project, and we'll get new lighting. The systems were good in the building, so we don't have to do anything with that. Just make sure it has good internet and Wi-Fi and all that for our folks. But just the location is perfect. We're across the street from the school. We're still near where the old branch is and the township center, in Spring Arbor. So it's just around the corner there.
I'm surprised to see those photos because you can't tell that all that is going on inside, and it sounds like you're really not that far away from having it all done.
Yeah, we're working with the contractors. They're hoping to get it done soon. We have furniture and shelving to get in, so just the ordering process right now, is interesting for everybody. But as far as we know, everything's on track.
So we've had new Brooklyn branch, or a remodeled and expanded Brooklyn branch, new Napoleon branch. We've had a lot of projects, construction, growth, remodel, among the 13 located downtown. A lot of
We're working
work
on
there.
some, yep.
Yeah.
We have a couple more branches we're working. We'll be putting out a quote for the East Branch to do a remodel there, hopefully next year. and then just other maintenance projects, and continuing to just do some refreshes at some locations with some of the kind of design that we've developed. That kind of our Brooklyn branch reflects that design, and our Carnegie Youth Department do, and we'll be the plan is to continue that and refresh the spaces as people are using the libraries in person more again.
Yeah, people are coming back. How was the summer reading program in terms of numbers, participation?
We were up from the previous summer, I think, and had good participation. We're in the process of doing some surveys with participants, and so learning about what went well, and staff will be actually meeting later this week to start talking about next summer, because it'll be here before they know it, and be ready to have more fun with reading activities.
Yeah, it seems like it was just last week that we had the wrap up. It's been a few weeks already.
Yep.
So fall, big event coming up. I think it's in the fall, the 35th annual Storyfest.
We are celebrating 35 years of Jackson
Wow.
Storyfest. It'll be the beginning of November there. We'll be doing school visit, or have storytellers going to the schools again. We'll have a couple public performances with the senior session, the Silvertail session, and then also the kind of like an evening concert on Friday night that week on the 4th. So just a lot of working with the storytellers is always fun, and they bring such energy, but it was hard to believe that it's been 35 years already.
Yeah, I can't believe it. And it was I think two citizens of Jackson that went to, I think it was Johnson City, Tennessee.
Yep. Lori Lazebnik went traveling to down to Tennessee to the National Storytelling Festival, and just became enthralled and engaged with that whole activity, and really brought a festival back to Jackson. I know she talked to the St. Louis Storytelling Festival person, and he said, well, this is how you do it. You get a committee together, you get your community behind you, and that's where it started 35 years ago. So we're hoping we can get Lori there on Friday night to give her some thanks, and just really honor what was visioned so many years ago.
Yeah, and I think throughout the entire 35-year history of Storyfest, no one's had to pay for anything, and in terms of admission, or it's been all.
We still have had some really generous sponsors. We do grant writing for it. We're always we've been very fortunate to keep the events. We welcome donations, and but it's really a great way to kind of keep it going.
Nice. All right, we've got some other public events besides the Storyfest. I think just this past week we had the start of the season for Larry Martin in Their Own Words.
Yep, and he'll be beginning of October too. He'll have a program again. He does kind of usually August, September, October, November, the first Saturday of the month. He has the videos of the interviews he's done with the veterans of World War II. It's always been really interesting. He's just met so many people in his travels and making the interviews and then sharing that, and it's always usually brings folks from the community forward to share their stories too.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's great that he's preserved the history, because many of the people that Larry has interviewed over the years have passed away. They were World War II veterans, and every day we're losing them.
We recently had someone contact me who said that he wanted to get a hold of Larry because he understood his father had done an interview, and these were stories that he never heard. His father never shared them with the family, and he was able to connect with Larry and get a copy of the interview and learn about his father. It was really nice that he was able to reach out and we could connect him.
Oh, that is neat.
Yeah.
I think the one, and I think you've heard this from Larry as well, the veterans, they came back from war and just went to work. They never talked about it.
Yep.
All right, one more thing about Storyfest, the Silver Tales, that's I think been a feature of Storyfest, and that's already been scheduled, and you even have a presenter.
Yeah, Larry Castleberry will be our presenter. And it's going to be hosted at Vista Grand Villa in their program in that big nice room they have out there, and it's open to the community. Anyone's welcome to come to that, and it'll be on the November 2nd, 10 o'clock in the morning. We wanted to have a session during the day too.
All right, put that on your calendar and be part of that. And then, of course, as we said, with all the Storyfest activities are free. I think it was with COVID and maybe the construction, I think, was the first reason that we moved Storyfest to the schools. But previously, we had the kids come down.
We did.
And the thought, I believe, was, yeah, maybe we'll return to that. But you found going into the schools, you're able to reach more kids. It works a lot better.
We are. The last few years we were downtown, we would reach 4,000 or 5,000 kids, which is a great number, but they used to reach more like 10,000, and by taking the tellers to the schools, we are kind of back in that, 12,000,
wow.
We can reach, a lot more kids with stories, so it's worked out really well.
Well, it was neat to see all the school kids come down for Bright Walls on Friday.
Yeah, it was. It was nice seeing the kids.
But then there's still a limit. I think it was just over 1,000 that came down for that. But yeah, it was cool to see. You've got another thing in partnership with, I believe, Dahlem Story Walk.
Yeah, we're working on installing story walks, and we've done some temporary ones over the years where you can kind of walk and read a story together. But we have some permanent holders that will go into place at the Dahlem Center out at the Grass Lake Trail that's by the high school, and then the Hanover Horton Elementary School has one that folks can get to, and then we're working on one inside the Jackson School of the Arts. It'll just be on the walls. But the idea is the stories will be can be changed out, right on a schedule, seasonally, depending on which of the places there where the walk is, and then we can work with the different sites. As the Jackson School of the Arts, we're looking at art books or more like stories that really play that up, or we can look at out at the Dahlem things about nature, stories about nature. And so we're really excited. It's been a fun project. We've been kind of transitioning it to a permanent thing from some temporary ones that we used to do, and it'll be kind of a nice thing that the library can continue to share stories out in the community.
Good. One thing that popped up on your events calendar this week, I think it's new, the coffee hour, our coffee time conversations.
The community coffee time is just a time that a couple of our branches, Carnegie and Summit, and there's some hours listed for those where people are just welcome to come in. We'll have games out. We may have maybe someone come and speak about a topic, but just kind of a casual just come and meet other people and get to know folks, and maybe get to know a little bit about the community. So just kind of just opened, and there'll be coffee. So.
And you'll provide the coffee.
We'll provide the coffee.
All right. So for years, I was suggesting that we have coffee at the library, and now we finally do.
We do.
Good.
Yep.
Sounds like you got a busy fall, your last fall at the JDL. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
The director of the Jackson District Library, Sarah Tackett. A lot more coming up on today's show. Next, we're going to get an update on everything